one source hit piece, and now some anonymous sources, so there's nothing new.
Well, what would you say, Senator, people that are concerned about you?
No, they're not. They're actually not concerned. It's a hit piece.
My name is Eli David. I'm here to advocate for my younger brother Aviatar, which was kidnapped from the Nova Festival on October 7th and is being held captive by Hamas for 580 days.
It's an incredible honor to have you here in my office, and I'm going to continue to fight to bring everybody back home from Gaza. You know, at Nova, I've witnessed and I visited that site, and I saw the brutality and the violence there from that day. So I was offered to adopt Avatar, and that's an incredible honor to do that, and I do so proudly. So I'm so sorry for what you and your family and Israel has been through this. My vote and voice is going to follow Israel and you and your family.
Thank you.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our citizens. We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again. Democratic Senator John Fetterman's mental health. The most recent details, the most recent reports at least, detail
Brother Hoodie, Brother Tennis Shoes, Brother Gym Shorts. We are so back.
how Fetterman had a meltdown during a meeting with the teachers union, while staffers reportedly say they no longer recognize the man they once knew. The senator is dismissing the reports as nothing more than a hit job. Aisha Hasni live in Washington with the latest. So where do things stand, Aisha?
Hey, good morning to you, John. So it feels like every single day there is another story about Senator Fetterman and his mental health. And this time, this new report is detailing how the Pennsylvania Democrat apparently had a total meltdown at a meeting.
He still got that hoodie on. Brother Hoodie. Brother Hoodie, Brother Tennis Shoes, Brother Gym Shorts. Woo!
Meeting with a teachers union. So the AP's Mark Levy writes this. Before long, Fetterman began repeating himself, shouting and questioning why everybody is mad at me, why does everyone hate me, and what did I ever do, slamming his hands on a desk. Right after a bombshell New York Magazine piece came out claiming Fetterman was nearly struck by a car and was found wandering around the Capitol. Now, Fetterman, as you know, checked himself into a hospital last year for depression, and some sources told that magazine that they wonder if he is perhaps off his meds or if he's fit to serve. When asked about these reports, his wife Giselle created more doubt when she did not deny them. Instead, she told the Daily Mail, "I'm a private citizen and I'd rather not say anything about this at all." Now, here's what Fetterman told us on the Hill when we caught up with him.
It was a hit piece, a one-source hit piece, some anonymous sources,
Hit piece.
So there's nothing new.
So
Brother Hoodie says it's a hit piece. Brother Hoodie said that it is a hit piece. Oh, Brother Hoodie, when you don't fall in line, when you start free thinking, when you start defending the president, oh boy, I tell you, when you start calling out common sense, you know. But they say, Rick, sir, he still votes with the Democrats. He still does this and that, you know. But he's been one of the Democrats we can honestly say, you know, this might not be such a bad Democrat. He might be the only one out of all of them, maybe, we can somewhat have a little bit of heart for. Yeah.
Fetterman is a reliable vote for Senate Democrats, but he's ruffled progressive feathers over his support for Israel since the war against Hamas began. And some Republicans think this is just a case of Democrats eating their own.
Come on now, Fetterman been weathering the whole Democrat Party feathers. Liberals' feathers all been feathered and feathered out. We've been feathering everybody's feathers.
The way the Democrats act is if you don't agree with them on all their points, they want to wipe you off the face of the earth.
And Senator Mullen there also adding that he actually thinks that Fetterman is cognitively better than when he first arrived to Congress, which was not that long ago, John.
But to your point earlier, it is interesting that all of this started to come out when Fetterman started breaking from Democratic doctrine. We'll see where it goes.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy, when you don't fall in line and play by the rules, and I mean their rules, when you start free thinking, start defending President Trump and rooting for America and calling out common sense things and not even 80-20, 90-10 issues. Yeah. They come get you. Yeah, they kick you out the party. They don't want you there. They say that you are declining, that you are not fit. You know, where was this years ago? And we just seen who was running the country, who wasn't running the country for the last 4 years, and what a disaster it's been. But where was all that concern then? Since we want to talk about cognitive decline, mental health declines, you know. Poor fella didn't know where he was at. Boo-boo stains all on the carpet. Tea and coffee stains all everywhere. Then knocked over his mug. You know. Where is he at? He's asleep. He's on the plane. He's on vacation. He's at the beach. Does he even know he's there? An auto pen. Unbelievable. But they have come after Brother Hoodie, they say. Brother Hoodie. I call him Brother Hoodie. Brother tennis shoes. Brother gym shorts. I like him. Some of them patriots say, I don't know if I like Fetterman like that. That some of y'all don't agree with his policy. You know, he still votes with Democrats. He's this, he's that. But hey. So far, these last couple of months, I've been liking Mr. Fetterman. I'm just saying. Y'all let me know how you feel about John Fetterman, but it's going down, man. And every single day, there's a new hit piece about this man. And he has come out and responded. They're basically trying to kick the man out the Democrat Party. Yeah, they're trying to get him out of there. Pennsylvania. Where's my Pennsylvanians? What's going on? How y'all doing? Happy Mother's Day, man. Let's get into this. If you're new here, join the family. Hit that subscribe button. I hope everybody is blessed, well, and healthy, man. I love y'all. Let's see what's going on. We got a lot of things to get into.
But if they're shocked and surprised by who he is today, then they never really knew the real John Fetterman. This is a guy who has emerged after leaving Walter Reed for treatment as himself. This is who he's always been. He's never been the darling of the Democrats. He's always been his own person. And I think they're the ones that are stunned by it. And I think it's interesting that they decide to do a story about him and disparage him in the way that they did in this story.
Yeah, he is pushing back. This report suggested that Fetterman, who checked himself into Walter Reed Hospital last year because he was battling depression, he was in Walter Reed for about 6 weeks. The report, according to his former chief of staff, was that Fetterman is no longer following that strict medical regimen that was outlined by his doctors and is demonstrating erratic and reckless behavior, according to his former chief of staff, Adam Gentleson, who went public in that New York Magazine report. I asked Fetterman about that and about whether he is indeed following that protocol and whether he can actually fill out his term, which ends at the end of 2028.
Well, my reaction is it's a one-source hit piece. And it involved maybe 2 or 3 anonymous disgruntled staffers saying just absolute false things.
Have you been keeping up with that, taking your medication?
My doctors are like, John is great. And I am on all of the plan that it's always been. And it's incredibly invasive. And why are people talking about anyone's personal medical things?
So you've only been treated for depression, not for being bipolar?
No, I haven't. But I've been very front and center about with depression. Absolutely, none of these other things.
I think these questions are playing a worse toll on his health than what they're. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. I mean, I think this is They say, Rick, sir, you didn't eat. But I'm just being real, man.
And it's like, so someone that was trying to accumulate my medical records and leak those things. That's part of this weird grudge for this hit piece.
You fully plan to serve your full term here in the Senate?
Come on, of course, that's obviously. Everybody.
Look, I'm telling you, I think these questions are taking a worse toll on him than the whole overall thing. I'm just saying, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Oh boy, you just can't make this up.
Everybody understands I was treated for depression.
Yeah. He did say it was too early to say whether he'd run for re-election in 2028. He is getting some support, though, from a lot of his colleagues who are pushing back at those allegations. But nevertheless, despite what Fetterman said about his former chief of staff who worked with him while he was going through that bout with depression, I asked Adam Gentleson, the former chief of staff, about what Fetterman just said. He said, quote, "I stand by what I said."
Well, I tell you, that man been backing Trump, defending the whole Israel thing. I'm telling you. So there's no coincidence that this is all taking place. You know? Oh, man. We send our prayers to Fetterman and his family, man.
Thank you. And joining me now, Beau French, the Tarrant County GOP chairman in Texas, and Virginia Allen, host of the Daily Signal podcast and Problematic Women. Virginia, we're going to start with, wait a second, you're not a problematic woman, Virginia. You're a great American patriot.
No, I am. So see, we have the title for the show, Problematic Women, because the radical left views any woman that's pro-American, pro-family, and pro-traditional values as problematic. So we just embrace that title.
Good. I just wanted to clarify that because I don't want to get any hate mail. We love conservative women here on this program. And Beau does too. I'm speaking for you too, Beau. Hey, look, let's get started here, Virginia. Let's talk about what just happened with John Fetterman. Do you think it really is about his health or the fact that he's actually not an anti-Semite?
No, look, I mean, this is obviously an attack from the far left on Fetterman. And of course, his health has been a consideration since his campaign, since he was running. The American people, those in Pennsylvania who chose to elect him, knew his health challenges. They elected him anyway. He's been pretty open about his health struggles throughout the time that he has served. He's been pretty open about that, what he's gone through. And he's right in that it's very invasive to have media essentially saying that he's unfit to serve. At the end of the day, it's really up to his family to be monitoring how he's doing, calling the shots on whether or not he should be taking a step back from public service right now. But I do think the critical point here is that the media seems to pull these stories out and elevate them when it's convenient for them. And earlier in the program, you all referenced the same situation with President Joe Biden, that it was ignored until it was convenient. And then they were like, okay, yes, we admit that the president has some health issues. And it seems like history is just repeating itself.
You just can't make this up. We send our prayers to Fetterman, man. You know, the world of politics, I tell you. The crazy, corrupt scam that we live in, man. But we'll see what comes after this, man. We'll see. We got a lot of more breaking news to get into. But happy Mother's Day, you guys. I love y'all. Let me know what y'all think of this. And I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace and love, family.